Of my expendable nightmare guildmates, this is Broja Scion. This is my first video on the new YouTube channel that I created for doing some video guides for the guild. So I'm hoping to do these on a somewhat regular basis, covering probably some basic things with the first few videos, and then expanding into more strategy, squad discussion, things like best arena teams, meta teams, what should we be taking into the different raids, etc., how to best farm mods, all those types of things. But for starters, we're going to go over some basic things. And given that earlier today I messaged all of you on Discord with your raid ticket production over the past week, I thought it would be a good idea to start this video series with a discussion on raid tickets. So before I get going on that, though, I just want to give another shout out to both Abracadabra and Jasper as a big thank you, not just from me, but on behalf of the guild, for producing the max tickets allowed per day, which is 600, which we'll get into in a minute. So Abracadabra and Jasper, thank you very much for doing that every single day. So let's get started. Raid tickets. What are they? Why do we need them? And how do we get them? Raid tickets are how we, as a guild, launch the all-important guild raids. Raids are the lifeblood for the guild. It is in here where we can earn some of the best gear that we all need to improve our tunes. There's also, some pretty good rewards when we win territory wars and territory battles. But raids are the most consistent. We can launch them with a lot of frequency, whereas territory battles and wars, each of the versions come around about once a month. So those aren't nearly as consistent as the raids are. However, the raids get launched with frequency based upon how many guild raid tickets we are generating each day. So the pit raid takes 60,000 raid tickets to launch on Heroic. The tank, and I would show it to you, but because we are currently have it launched, it won't let me. AAT takes 90,000 to launch the Heroic, and the Sith Triumvirate raid takes 110,000. Why do those numbers matter? Every guild member is able to generate a maximum of 600 raid tickets each day. And we'll get into how we do that in just a minute, but that 600 is the most important piece. So a guild has a maximum number of members allowed of 50. If all 50 generated 600 tickets in a day each, that means we would get 30,000 raid tickets. Now, those raid tickets don't get spread in the different raids. So it's not like when we generate 30,000, you get 10 for the pit, 10 for HSTR, or 10 for AAT. We would get that 30,000 in pit, another 30,000 in the Sith, and another 30,000 in the AAT. So as you can see, they're very important to try and maximize and get as many raid tickets as possible so that we can launch these raids as frequently as possible. With the pit, if we were to max out every day, we could launch the pit raid literally every other day at 60,000 launch cost, at 50 guild members, which we're at 49 at the moment, but at 50 when we're full, if we generated 30,000, every 2 days we would hit that 60,000 mark. The tank is 90,000, so that's every 3 days, and the Sith Triumvirate at 110 then is 3 2/3 days. So as you can see, the quicker we can generate the maximum number of raid tickets every day, the faster we can get these raids launched, and the faster we can all get the tune shards that we're after, and most importantly, the reward gear. So that is what raid tickets are, what we use them for, and why they're so important. So now, how do we get raid tickets? So raid tickets are generated every single day by the amount of regular energy, this one right here, which you spend in light side and dark side battles, and Cantina energy, which you spend in Cantina battles. You can also see that in the guild activity screen. You go down to objectives, click on the far right, which I already have, guild activities, and the one that's always at the top is your personal raid tickets. Now, when I'm recording this video, I've already hit my 600 for the day. It's kind of later in the day. Most of the guild has already kind of produced all of their tickets. Excuse me. So, as you can see, it actually also keeps track of where the guild is at currently for the day, with a 30,000 maximum, even though we can't hit 30,000 because we're at 49. We're actually having a pretty good day so far, with a little over 3 hours left to go before it refreshes. We're already at 23,000. So the most we could get today is 29,400. We'll see how close we can get to that. But this is the screen that tells you where you personally are at, as well as where the guild is at, and what you need to do to actually earn those raid tickets. So again, here, personal raid tickets spend energy, which is your light side, dark side battles, and Cantina energy daily to earn those raid tickets. And it is a 1-for-1 exchange. So for every shard of energy you spend and every shard of Cantina energy you spend, you generate 1 raid ticket. This updates every 24 hours. So you can see we have, like I said, a little over 3 hours left to go for today. For me personally, in the Central Time Zone, this time equates to 6:30 p.m. Central. It's going to be different for everyone based on where you live, but that is the time of the guild refresh. All right, so how do you make sure that you spend 600 energy crystals and Cantina energy crystals every single day? Well, Capital Games actually helps us out a little bit. They give us a bunch of free energy crystals every single day. So, regular energy crystals refresh, that you get 1 energy crystal free from Capital Games every 6 minutes, or that equates to 10 per hour. So in a 24-hour day, that's 240 regular energy. In addition to that, 3 times a day, Capital Games also gives us a big energy refresh, which you can see in your daily activities here. Oh, apparently I haven't done my other squad arena battle today. We'll have to get that in. They give us 3 shots at bonus energy every single day. So my next one is in 1 hour and 49 minutes. When they give us those 3, it's 45 crystals every time. So that means that's an extra 135 energy crystals on top of the 240 that they're giving us, 1 every 6 minutes, for a grand total of 375 regular energy crystals for us to spend for free. We don't have to spend crystals to get it. We don't have to spend money to get it. We just get those every single day. Then for Cantina, down here, we also get from Capital Games for free 1 Cantina energy crystal every 12 minutes. So that's 5 crystals per hour. So again, in a 24-hour day, that's 120 Cantina crystals that Capital Games gives us. And then, like this shows, the bonus Cantina energy, there is 1 of those bonuses every day. And again, just like the regular crystals, they give us 45 of those. So that brings the total amount of Cantina energy crystals that Capital Games gives us every single day to 165. When you add those two together, 165 and 375 from the regular energy, that is 540 crystals towards our raid tickets Capital Games gives us every single day. Which means, even if you don't spend your hard-earned purple crystals, you still can max out for free 540 crystals every single day. Now, to keep track of that. There's a couple different ways to do that. We'll go over that here in just a second. Actually, you know what? Let's do that now. So, when do those refreshes happen? Well, your energy, your bonus energy amounts, time frames are based on when your daily activities reset. So for me, I have my activities reset is in 7 hours 47 minutes, which is 11 o'clock at night. You'll see that here in just a second. And then all of my bonus energies times are based off of that. There's 3 bonus energies for basic every day, and then Cantina, Fleet, and Mod are all each 1 per day. So, how do we figure out those times? If you go to the main screen and click on the little cog up here, and then go to your time settings, you can actually see when your daily activities reset, instead of doing the math on the time in the objectives pane. So for me, or for everyone, your first energy refresh, bonus energy every single day is 12 hours after the daily activities reset. So for me, with my 11 p.m. daily activities reset, that means my first bonus energy comes at 11 a.m., 12 hours after this. I have then 2 hours in which to claim those bonus 45 energy. Once I've claimed them, I can spend them whenever I want. However, if I hit the maximum allowed of 144, I won't continue to acquire those single energies every 6 minutes until I drop below that maximum threshold. But the important thing here is the first energy refresh is 12 hours after your daily activities reset. And that's actually the big one, is the one that's 12 hours later. That one gives you 3. That is your basic energy, your Cantina energy, and if I remember correctly, that's also the Mod energy is when you receive that one. I can check on that in a minute. But the next energy refresh happens 6 hours after the first one. So, or you could just say 18 hours after this one, right? So, with my big energy refresh happening at 11 a.m., my next energy refresh, which is a double drop of regular energy as well as fleet energy, happens for me at 5 p.m. We don't care so much about the fleet energy for this exercise because that doesn't generate raid tickets, but that's the time that then you'll hit that second 45 energy bonus. The third and final one happens then 3 hours after that. So for me, that would be 8 o'clock, or daily activity reset minus 3 hours. Either way you want to look at it, that's the time frame. And that one is just a single bonus drop of just 45 of the regular basic energy. So again, it's 12 hours, then another 6 hours, then another 3 hours. For you, it's going to look different. Everybody has different times that they have their daily activities reset for, and it's important for you to know that you can reset this to a time that's most convenient for you, because then that also then changes the times that your bonus energies drop. So you can make it as convenient as possible given your personal schedule. For me, I actually really like having changed it to have it at 11 p.m. and then actually when we go into daylight savings, it switches everything to midnight, which then I'm at noon, 6, and 9 instead of 11, 5, and 8. That happens automatically. But anyway, I like this because what happens is I will make sure that I have all my daily activities and all my energy spent at night before I go to bed. And then when I wake up in the morning, several hours later, I've already built up enough energy from the drop of every 6 minutes and every 12 minutes that then I can use those energies in my grind for gear and tunes in light side and dark side, or light side, dark side, and Cantina, and that'll go towards completing my daily activities. And then all 3 of my refreshes happen, by bonus refreshes, happen while I'm awake and usually able to get near a computer or my phone to make sure that I take advantage of those drops. All right, so you can do the same. We have guild members who aren't in the U.S., who are overseas. We've got people all over the place. So trying to coordinate, we're not all going to have the same refresh times. They don't all work for the same for everyone. We all have different schedules, work, kids, whatever it is. So you are allowed to change this up to twice a year. So take a look at it, do the math on the times, see what is most convenient for you, and if you want to max out your energy, try changing this so that your bonus energy drops happen when it is the most convenient time for you. All right, so we know that we need 600 energy crystals to use between Cantina and Light Side Dark Side every single day to generate 600 raid tickets. We also know that Capital Games gives us 540 of those crystals every day. So that leaves us with a 60 crystal gap. What do we do to close that gap to ensure that we are getting 600 a day? Well, that's where then some spending of crystals comes into play. Every day when you do your daily activities, and I apologize, I forget the math, but once you complete your daily activities for the day, through those accumulations and completions, Capital Games gives you somewhere between 100 and 150 bonus crystals every single day just for doing those daily activities. You also get crystals for certain achievements. Sometimes some of the quests will give them to you. But your main source of getting those crystals, if you're free to play, is through doing your daily activities. Once you have spent all of your energy for both the regular as well as the Cantina, and you're still coming up short, that's when it's time then to use those energy crystals. So I've already used a bunch today, and I've actually spent a bunch of crystals on refreshing that. But I'm still just going to show you real quick how we can do that. I'm not trying to go into General Kenobi. I'm actually going to try to go in here and see if I can... Oops, I didn't want to do that. I forget that sometimes when I'm on the computer, I have a different clicking than I do on the phone. All right, so right now I'm one gear piece away from getting Darth Revan up to gear level 10. So let's see what I'm missing. Weird stun guns and Carbantes. Let's see, or Carbanti. Everybody pronounces it differently. Oh, nice. I could just ship that right now. All right, so here I have a situation where I can spend some crystals. I still have some, even though I'm already maxed out. All right, so now I don't have enough energy left to do this again. When I go to sim it or to battle it, an opportunity comes up to purchase a refresh to be able to do more. Now mine says 200. That's because I have already refreshed this a number of times today. Actually, I was doing it for stun gun, not the Carbanti, but when you first do it, it's only 50 crystals. So again, Capital Games, by doing your daily activities, is giving you 100 plus crystals a day. You use less than half of them to ensure that you have enough crystals to actually hit your 600 raid tickets every single day. Well, why is it important? Why isn't 540 good enough? Well, 540 is honestly pretty darn good. But if we have every player just max out at 540 instead of maxing out at 600, and again, if we had 50 members, that 60 ticket difference is going to equate to 3,000 tickets per day that we are just not achieving, which that equates to one pit raid less that we do every 20 days or so, which equates to X number of less pit raids we can do every year. Pit, tank, Sith Triumvirate. So for me personally, the 50 crystals isn't a big deal, and as you can see, I did it a few times because you get a couple refreshes at 50, a couple refreshes at 100, and then I generally stop at 200. Yes, I know I have a bunch of crystals, but I tend to hoard them until I get to a point where there's something I'm very close to something, and right now I'm very close to being able to do the Malak events. So I've been spending my 50s and 100s. I don't do 200s. The cost is way too much. But I will do them when I get close like this so that I can try to get those extra gear pieces to get my tunes up to the power that I'm going to need to be able to finish off whatever I'm grinding towards right now. So we're just going to go ahead and take those and finish that off and be happy. We'll come back and do the stun guns later. So anyway, that is a admittedly, sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained, long-winded and not necessarily succinct way of explaining what raid tickets are, why we need them, how we use them, and also how to get them and how to maximize getting those tickets every single day. Again, this is the first video that we're posting to the new channel. I will hopefully get better with making these videos and hopefully not be as long-winded and scatterbrained, and hopefully I'll be doing them on a more regular basis. But if you have excuse me, any video requests or ideas or any feedback for me, by all means feel free to message me or put it anywhere on the Discord. I will find it and respond, and hopefully this will become a successful series moving forward. So thank you very much, everyone. Until next time, remember, expendable might be in our name, but none of you are expendable to me.